Hey, welcome back to the channel Ster-e-o-type. Back one more again with my girl Kayla Ray with another
Hey,
trending
welcome.
topic.
It's Tuesday. Got another hot topic, trending topic to discuss here with my boy Stereotype.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing this Tuesday?
I'm doing good, good. It's nice outside today.
Yes, it
Sun is
is.
shining.
Yes, it is. I think we're gonna have a real hot summer.
I'm ready. Hot summer, hot spring. Here we come.
Yeah, they said the groundhog saw his shadow, and that means 6 more weeks of winter. But I don't think that's true. And they said he'd
It's
been
a long
wrong.
first date.
Well, not been wrong. They said he's only been right 35% of the time.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, this is
Mhm.
Texas, so you know this weather is bipolar. It does what it wants.
Yeah, for sure. So we was checking out a former UFC guy, Rampage Jackson, and he was on video. Not sure if he's talking to his kids or, but he's telling some young men some advice on dating single mothers. And we saw it, and we thought it would make good topic, and it's trending right now. So let me pull this up so y'all can check this out.
Remember that single moms are just for fun. Don't fall in love with them, because then you'll be raising another man's kid. Always gonna have another man in your business. Yeah. Remember that single moms are just for fun. Don't fall in love with them, because then you'll be raising another man's kid. Always gonna have another man in your business. Yeah.
Look, I let it
Hmm.
play 2 times. I wanted to make sure they got the gist of that. So
For the two times.
how, being a single mother, how do you feel about that?
I don't feel that's valid
Mhm.
because there are some instances when both people just part ways and move on, and you just see that you may not be compatible being in a relationship, but you can still raise your children. There are some really great men out here in this world that have stepped up.
Mhm.
And I feel like if the roles were reversed, there's some great women in this world that have stepped up where the mother is not present. So I don't agree with what he says.
Well, you're speaking from a standpoint where the mother or the father isn't present. From what he said, he's speaking from the standpoint of if you're dating a single mother and the child's father is in the father's life, then that's something you'll have to deal with. This is a father that is going to be in you guys' business, and that's something you're going to have to deal with.
That I mean, the father can be a good father to the kid, but if me and him are over with
Hmm.
and we're adults, and again, like I said, that we've moved on and we are both okay with each other being in a relationship, or maybe one person's not, I don't
Hmm.
think it's a matter of being in business. I don't feel like all relationships that produce children, if that relationship doesn't work, that moving on with someone cannot be healthy. I don't agree with that. Not at all.
Well, well, he didn't say whether the dad is good or bad. He's just saying that in the instance that the dad is involved, then Now, I don't agree with what he said as far as. Well, first of all,
Mhm.
I agree and disagree, but I
Yeah.
don't agree with um, single mothers are just for fun. That can be true, but you have to put an age on that. You know what I mean? Like if you're 20 years old and you're dating a girl that's 18, 20, and she got a kid, then yeah, you're still a young guy. Yeah, you're looking to have fun, period. But if you're 40 years old and you meet a woman that has kids, then you can no longer have a mindset that uh she just for fun, you know what I'm saying? Because she got a
Yeah.
child. But the advice he was giving, again, I don't know if that's to his kids or who he was telling that to.
Mhm.
But again,
I
I
don't agree
agree.
with that. Single,
Huh?
that's I don't agree. It depends on the dynamic of the relationship. Like
Hmm.
once you have that conversation, you're dating, you're hanging out. It just
Hmm.
depends on the dynamic of the relationship, what you want out of it, and what your expectations are. Because if you really love someone, whether you have a child with them or not, if they love you, you're a package deal. So
Hmm.
the relationship, I don't believe that single mothers are just for fun and just date them, sleep with them, take them out, do a little bit this and that with them and their kids, and that's it. I don't
Hmm.
agree with that. I just wish there was more to his video than what we saw, that he elaborated a little bit more so we could understand where he was coming from with his comment.
Sounds like he was speaking from experience. I mean, I would say being, I would say that I can relate to it as far as like if you date a woman and she has a child and her kid's father is still involved, there could be a situation where he becomes a problem. You know what I mean? Like we've all seen it. We've seen the videos of a guy, doesn't want woman,
Yeah.
and it's probably because he still harbors some kind of feeling for her and don't want her to move on. But he uses the kid as the reason. I don't want no other nigga around my kids.
Yeah, I've seen that too. And I've also seen some healthy relationships to where the man is like, hey, long as he treats my child good, long as he treats you good, don't call me telling me he put his hands on you or my child because the father is still involved, then I just believe that what he said just doesn't apply to everyone in their situation.
Oh, for sure. See, he
Yeah,
definitely
it depends on the situation.
And I definitely think he's speaking from what could happen. You know what I mean? Because
Of course.
I'm sure just like he's dated and ran into that problem, I'm sure he's also dated and didn't have that problem. You know what I mean? So for whatever reason, he's giving those kids that advice. Just something he felt like telling them. Hey, maybe because it's an age thing. Maybe because they're young, he's telling them like, hey, that's not something you should be focused on right now. At your age,
Yeah.
if you find you a single mother, don't just have your fun.
And you definitely got to be mindful when you get in those relationships of women that do have children. Ask those questions. Is the father present? How healthy is your relationship? What is the dynamic of the relationship with you, the kids, and their father? If I'm going to be dating you and we're going to be out, I'm going to be around your kids. Those are conversations that need to be had. So once you establish that, I think that mindset of single mothers are just for fun. I think that goes away because all men aren't in a place where that's all they want. There's a lot of great men that have stepped up and not just been a stepdad, but been a positive influence in that child's and that mother's life that maybe the biological dad wasn't able to provide, or maybe the biological dad is not here anymore. Or maybe he is, and he just, the relationship with him and the mom didn't work out.
Right.
So it could come from every aspect, every perspective. On what determines if single moms should just be for fun. And then there's a lot of single moms out there who are not willing to commit and date. They just want to have fun. So, hey, if I'm telling you, like, look, I don't want nobody around my son, my daughter, we can do whatever stuff we want to do outside of the house. You can't come to my house. We can meet up and that's it. Then, hey, that's on her. That's her preference. And if the dude is cool with it, so be it.
Yeah. Truth be told, that could go both ways because it could be a woman telling her son or daughter the same thing. Hey, don't get involved with these little boys that have kids already. They're just for fun because you're gonna have a woman. Because honestly, I think I don't know. It could be a 50-50 split, but I know women also deal with that. A woman is gonna have to deal with the baby mama. You know what I mean? Like I think we might see that more than we see the baby daddy drama. Because the baby mama is coming. I don't want no woman around my kids.
And that comes with maturity. I think yes, in a way, the age does matter, but I think also the experience matters when it comes to that too. Because if you've lived a little while or your kids are a certain age, I think that has a lot to do with it on why you feel like that or whatever direction the relationship is going to go when it comes to drama with the other parent. Like nobody wants to go through that. We're going to date. We got to have an understanding of what it is.
Well, see, that's another thing. Like you said, we're taking the video for just what we're seeing, like out of context. Like we didn't hear the rest of it. So it could sound like he's saying play games with him, but that's not really. That could be wrong. Maybe you get that understanding up front. Like, hey, we just gonna have fun. You feel me? And she might be with that because you don't want to take this serious. But also, I would say you can't really plan that because you can start out playing with somebody, and then everybody start catching feelings.
Man, it can go either way.
Yeah, and then you're in a lot deeper than you planned on getting in, and now you right where you started trying not to be to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
but again, I agree with a lot of his points. But he's a man. He's speaking from a man. So as a man, and I've seen that as well. I agree with some of his points, but I don't agree with. Well, I'm not even gonna say I don't agree because I think it all depends on the age. Because
Yeah.
if they're
It
young,
matters.
yeah, if there's some young boys, I'd be like, don't be
Mhm.
trying to get serious with nobody. Live your life.
Right.
But
Especially if they don't have children. That's another thing. And I think too, um, us just seeing a snippet of that video, yeah,
mhm,
if the man has kids, he may think differently about a single mom, because what if he's a single dad, or what if he
mhm.
has his children more often than the mom? So that plays a different role in discussing whether, like, okay, single moms just want to have fun, unless he feels like, hey, I don't want nobody around my child either.
Mhm.
If he just want to have fun, then you got to look at that too.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not one size fits all. So,
Mm-hmm.
but
Agreed.
yeah, agree and disagree at the same time.
That's all it's about.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know. You got anything else you want to say on that?
Just in these relationships, like, how are these people handling conflict? I'm seeing so many people crash out, just blow up, flip out, destroy property. Like, how do you handle what are some deal breakers? Like, how are you handling if somebody doesn't agree with you? Not even in relationships, but in the workplace, your personal life. I mean, you're seeing all this content and all this about how people are just going into this rage when they don't get their way. Do you think that comes from childhood, or do you believe that just comes from being coddled and pacified, or maybe just being the dominant person in a relationship and you just carry that with you wherever you go? I'm not understanding that.
I definitely think that's another topic.
Definitely. I'm like, what is going on?
But for sure, no, it has nothing to do with dominance. It's they're people. Those people are spoiled for one, and used to getting their way. For two, it's like you've always been told, don't fuck with nobody who don't have nothing to lose. Because people who don't have nothing to lose are the ones that are tearing up everybody's shit. Like you at this lady's house, kicking in her door and tearing her TVs off the wall and all
Man,
this mess
I don't get it.
because she let you live with her because you ain't got nowhere to go. So you have nothing to lose. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the rules of the game. You can't break the rules, and that goes for everybody. So if you follow the rules and don't fool with people that don't have nothing to lose, it's a much safer space.
It makes life a lot easier on yourself, because then you start catching cases. You just taking all these risks. And I just, like, another thing I learned about dealing with people who are constantly making withdrawals and no deposits. They are just taking everything out of you until your bank account or your well runs dry.
I mean,
it's like that.
They have nothing to give
sad.
though. What are they going to
Yes.
do? They have nothing to give. So.
This world is crazy. Come on, 2026, we got to do better. Pushing for a better ending in 2025. We still in the early stages of the year, so hopefully things will get better. People start being happier. All that inside anger you letting out, it's not worth it. Go sit on somebody's couch. It's okay for Black people to get therapy. It's okay to talk about your problems. It's okay to let off some of that steam, because the more you hold
in a
things
positive way,
yes, the more you hold things in, the more difficult you make it on yourself and your spirit.
Okay. Well, we're definitely gonna have to tackle that topic as soon as possible. So
yeah, I agree.
Well, I guess we'll wrap this one up and see what else we can find.
Yeah, we'll revisit.
Let's see what else trending out there, and we can come back and talk about.
All right, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day, your night, your evening, wherever you are. We are in Dallas, Texas, and while you're doing that, be cool in these hot streets.
For sure. Bye.
See ya.